Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it in everyone that you can. Just read out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. The Boston Celtics got a much-needed win versus the Golden State Warriors, 125-85 in the Bay. The offense looked back to form, and I wanted to take a look. So let's get into the film. All right, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come out. And the Celtics, of course, scored 125 points. That's the most points in this new calendar year. They had 33 assists and 20 made threes. And out of those 20 made threes, 18 were assisted on, so they got back to moving the ball, and it was just great to see the Celtics finally hit some shots. All right, so the first action we're going to be looking at off the jump ball is Horns lift pin. You know, Horns is usually when they're on the elbows of the free throw line, but you can be free throw line extended in the same alignment. It's the same thing. So they start high. Tatum's going to set this screen. He's going to come out to the top of the key. Then the pin is the pin down here for Kristaps Porzingis. I love when the Celtics set pin down screens for Kristaps Porzingis because they use his unicorn-like ability at 7'3" and his agility. And if there are certain defenders on the court that you expect not to be able to get through an off-ball screen, it would be the opposing center. And with Kristaps being a guy that can move like he can at his size, a lot of opposing centers can't oppose that in the correct way. So I love these actions because Kristaps can either curl these and get an easy mid-range, or he can get an easy mismatch if this guy switches, or this can become some ram action here as Jaylen Brown sets the off-ball screen and then he can go set the ball screen. But here we set it and we don't get that action on the first look. So Tatum and Porzingis is getting to a two-man game. They're gonna go to a pick and pop here. Porzingis goes to the three and he knocks it down. And something that was really prevalent in this game and that was really good for the Celtics was posting up against Steph Curry. At the beginning, they had some trouble with the entry passes. They had a couple turnovers here and there, just like the Atlanta game when, you know, they had some switches on Trae Young and they just couldn't take advantage of it. They didn't get the spacing correctly and the entry passes were hard to make. But as the game went on, they just kept milking it. They just kept working on it, and it ended up being something that really helped us in this game. Here is something that I love. I love when we post up in transition, and a lot of times it comes off when Porzingis is switched onto a guard. Now, I'm not going to say the word bad shot on an open Steph Curry three, but when the guard bails out Kristaps Porzingis, this is an open look, right? So this is bad defense, especially on Steph Curry. But when the guard shoots a long three on Kristaps Porzingis, that means that since Kristaps is contesting, that means he's the first one back, and usually it'll be with the point guard. So as the shot is missed, the Celtics get the rebound, and the center, Trey Jackson-Davis, is nowhere near Kristaps Porzingis. He's down the court with Stephen Curry, and he gets a foul. All right, so as I said in the last clip, we got Jaylen Brown posting up Stephen Curry right there. And watch how much attention this gets from his Golden State Warriors teammates. 4 Warriors on Jaylen Brown. So that means Derek White's open. That means Jrue Holiday's open. That means Jason Tatum open. A lot of times in this game, we saw off of these post-ups, it would be the pass, and then they swing it around the perimeter for great ball movement. But here, none of that is needed. Just one pass, Derek White three. All right, so in this play, I just love the teamwork by the Celtics on the court and Joe Mazzulla for everything to come together for this possession to work. So here we got a screen by Kristaps Porzingis. It doesn't work. He gets the ball, and he says stop, right? You see him saying stop. I feel like Jaylen Brown was preparing to do another pick and roll as he was going to Kristaps Porzingis, but he tells him to stop because he has Kevon Looney on him. That's a favorable matchup. We want Jaylen Brown to attack favorable matchups in a controlled way. And then you see Joe Mazzulla right there. He's telling everybody where to go. He's trying to get the spacing right. You see Al Horford is moving to the corner. Derek White taking his place in this corner. We got Jrue Holiday. Derek White is going to the dunker spot. Jrue Holiday is going to the corner. And that allows Jaylen Brown enough space to ISO Kevon Looney. We still get a tough shot, but it was great to see everybody working on the same page. All right, so here the Celtics go to their famous Spain PNR. Got Luke setting the middle pin down for Jaylen Brown so he can come out and initiate this action. So right here, of course, Spain PNR is a back screen set on the ball screener's man. So Peyton Pritchard is going to set this back screen after Luke Cornett sets this on-ball screen. And the Celtics really manipulate switches on this play. It's not a thing that's talked about a lot with the Spain PNR. It's all about the back screen, the shooter coming out to the three, but the Celtics really get switches on this play. So again, we have Moses Moody checking Jaylen Brown. We have Kevon Looney checking Luke Cornett, of course, because they are the center. So as this ball screen is set, Kevon Looney is going to try to jump out on Jaylen Brown because it's a good screen set by Luke Cornett. But watch this back screen set by Peyton Pritchard. Since that back screen was so good, we got Kevon Looney guarding the perimeter instead of Moses Moody, and we got Moses Moody as a rim protector instead of Kevon Looney. So now that means Peyton Pritchard can easily blow by Kevon Looney and allow it to Luke. All right, so the Celtics go to angle pick and roll. Of course, Al Horford's going to set this screen with the goal of getting Dennis Schroeder switch onto him into the post. So he sets that screen and he gets the switch. Now, with the way that the Warriors defense is set up right now, you got Trey Jackson-Davis in the paint, you got Buddy Hield in the paint. With the passing angle that Al Horford is giving you right now, it'll be tough to make this entry pass for Peyton Pritchard because he will have to throw the ball to the inside of Al Horford. And again, Trey Jackson-Davis is right there. So they pass the ball to the top of the key, and as Luke Cornett comes to set this screen, that makes Trey Jackson-Davis come up out of the paint. So now this passing angle that we have to Al Horford is more open. Tatum throws it to him in an accurate pass, but look at that George Pickens OBJ type catch from your 38, 39-year-old, and he sprays out to Sam Hauser for the three. All right, so the Celtics get their spacing right on the Tatum drive. Jrue Holiday is going to go to the dunker spot, and he's going to aim to be in the opposite dunker spot of whichever direction Tatum drives. So Tatum drives to his side, he's going to switch to the dunker spot, as you're going to see right here. So he drives left, Jrue Holiday sneaks to the other dunker spot, which opens a cutting lane for Peyton Pritchard. They catch Stephen Curry napping right here, to say the least, and interior passing leads to a layup. All right, so I really love this play by the Boston Celtics. One, I love when they set screens super high for Jason Tatum to get a runway at the opposing big. It can be a step-up screen or just a regular high pick and roll. The second thing I love in this play is that Al Horford changed the angle of the screen. So we're going to see Al Horford. He's going to come up, and he's going to run to the right side of Andrew Wiggins. So that's what he's going to do for the first part of the screen. And you see Kevin Looney is preparing to help on the right side of Andrew Wiggins. But what Al Horford's going to do, he runs up to the right side, but then he's going to switch the angle right here before the screen is set and come to the left and set the screen. And you're going to see how that affects Kevin Looney. So if we watch Kevin Looney here, right, you see Al Horford run up, he changes sides, and Kevin Looney doesn't notice this until it's too late, right? He's still on the right side. Then he has to change his direction and get to Jason Tatum. If this screen is set on this side of Andrew, it is still a tough job for Kevin Looney because he has to guard Jason Tatum in space going downhill. But now it's even tougher because not only does he have to guard, now he has to come over and then guard. But Jason Tatum, when he's aggressive in these situations, he goes downhill. Kevin Looney stands no chance in the dunk. All right, so we got some blob UCLA cut action by the Celtics. Blob is just baseline out of bounds, but a UCLA cut is when a perimeter player passes the ball, and then that perimeter player sets a high post back screen for a post player to either get a layup or to get easy position for a post up. But here the Celtics go to the same type of look. Jason Tatum's going to set the basket for Kristaps Porzingis, and he's going to go and get an easy layup. All right, so the Celtics go to their slob action. Slob is just sideline out of bounds space. But here, I love this play because it has two options. So here we have the stagger screen option right here for Derek White. So stagger screens, of course, are two of the same off-ball screens set with just a little bit of space in between them. So these are the same screens that Jrue and Porzingis are going to set with just some space in between them. The second option is a Jaylen Brown post-up. He's just sealing whoever he's checking. And if it's a favorable matchup or if he gets deep into the paint enough, we're just going to throw it up to Jaylen Brown. So, and that ends up being an option on this play. They don't even set the screens. Derek White doesn't even run off. They see that Jaylen Brown has good position, so they dive it up to him, and he finishes. All right, so here we got some good action by the Celtics to start this third quarter. Porzingis is going to set this all-ball screen with Tatum. He's going to curl cut that, go all the way to the paint, but then he is not done after that happens. So he cuts, Porzingis passes it to Porzingis. Jrue Holiday passes it to Kristaps Porzingis, and it looked like Tatum's going to set sort of a back screen for Jrue Holiday so he can cut to the basket, but then he switches it at the last second. And the way that Curry plays it as he's backing off and he's expecting Andrew to switch this, it allows Tatum to set sort of a flare screen and for Jrue Holiday to flare it and come off to the three-point line, and it ends up in a wide open three. All right, so here again we got the post up against Steph Curry. Jaylen Brown does his job and attacks him, doesn't settle, and watch how his drive affects the defense. You got two players on Jaylen Brown. You got Kevin Looney looking right at him. That means we have numbers on the perimeter. We swing it around and get an open three. All right, so here we got another post up by Jaylen Brown against Steph Curry, accompanied by the Western Conference standings. You see again how many defenders that draws. That means the Celtics have advantages on the perimeter, just what they want, and Tatum gets an open three. But that is a video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it and everyone that you can. Just read out there a little bit more, and I will see you guys in the next video. But this is Nick. Peace.